Today I'm going to present to you why the Porsche 911 is one of the most overrated cars. Let's start off with the first reason, and the first reason is its price. Because in my country, the single most cheapest Porsche 911 that you can get is like 20 grand, which is kind of crazy because it is a 20-year-old car and it costs 20 grand. That thing is gonna fall in parts like, I don't know, it has 300,000 kilometers, it is really worn down, and it still costs 20 grand. And even with all the newer models, you're looking at least 150,000 for a good model, for a desirable model. And even the GT3 RS, I think it is pretty much overrated. Although I think it is a very good driver's car, but the price is just extortionate. It is incredible. When comparing the 911 to a sedan from the same era, you see at least a $10,000 difference in these cars, which makes the Porsche very expensive, and I think it is kind of overrated, and that's why the prices are that high. The second reason why the Porsche 911 is one of the most overrated cars in my opinion is the design. Because the design stayed the same for like 50 years almost, or even more, I don't know. And when you look at the first Porsche ever made, and you look at like a Porsche from 20 years ago, and you want to look at the Porsche today, you see only minor differences. Like the whole shape stayed the same. And which brings me also to the third point, which is the YouTube content about the Porsche 911. It's just boring because you're looking always at the same car. It's always the same lines, and there are only colors which are changing sometimes, or the interior as well. But when you look at a new video from your favorite YouTuber, it is always that when there's a Porsche, it is just boring because it has been the same for like 50 years. And for example, if you look at a new Mercedes or something, they're changing the designs like regularly. They're changing all 5 years or something. They're changing the design of a new Mercedes, which makes it more interesting to look at it. But I have to say the Porsche, it is classic. It is true to its original design, and I can't blame them for doing it, but also it makes them a bit boring in a way. I'm not saying that they should change the Porsche 911 design, of course. I think it's going to stay even with electric soon, maybe. But yeah, whether you look at it from 10 years ago, from 20 years ago, it is just the same. The last reason, and also a very controversial reason, is the sound. I know a lot of you don't agree with this one, but I think the Porsche 911 does not have in particular a very desirable sound, because there are missing 2 cylinders. And yeah, the engine layout is also pretty weird because the engine is in the back, of course, which makes it pretty special, and I think it is not that good to work on in the back, which makes it also more expensive. It's also a point why it's more expensive. And I think let's look at the sound of a clean V8, which has 2 more cylinders than the Porsche 911. And now let's look at the Porsche sound, which sounds a bit off. But, you know, it's a personal preference. But in my opinion, there is missing 2 cylinders in the Porsche 911, and the engine layout should be in a V. But yeah, imagine a Porsche with a V8 in the back. That would be a great idea. I think the sound is also a very good point why the Porsche 911 is overrated. Let me know in the comments below if you like this video, and please leave a comment if you watched until now, and I see you guys next week.